So, hello guys. So today we are going to be asking a question: Is God good or bad? So, here is my take. God is neither good nor bad. God is love, and I will explain why to you. Why I say God is love. You see, love doesn't know good or bad, and I will give you a reference. When you are in a relationship with someone, and that person is kind of treating you bad, and that person kind of doing certain things, and people around you cannot see it because you are in love, you don't care, you see it as something normal. People around you might be advising you, see this thing, leave this place, this is not good for you. This thing, you be like, no, you're still giving benefit of that. Not because you're not saying all those things, but because love are blind your eyes to those things. You know this is bad. We are just giving benefit of that it will change. Tomorrow it will get better. Tomorrow it will get better. So is how you give benefit of that. You give it's not even benefit of that. Like you have a hope of change, even when the change is not coming anytime sooner. That is how that is how love is, and that is why I say God is love. God doesn't care about good or bad. God care about what is right for you, what is good for you, how far. God care about our growth and involvement. He doesn't care about good or bad as we humans do. That's why when you are in love, you don't care about if this person you just care about improvement, you just care about seeing the person getting better. Because where this conversation of if God is good or bad came about is in a situation whereby maybe in the situation of Bible whereby you see the flood, you see when the children of this the flood they say if God is good, if God is all loving, if God is that, why will he freeze this person? Why will he slaughter? Why will he as slaughter is human beings behavior? Why will he use flood and erosion and see, you have to understand something. I'll give you another reference. As a child, you go to school, you go to school, your teacher gave you an assignment. You didn't do this assignment and you come back the next day and your teacher flog you. Would you say your teacher is a bad person because he flog you for not doing your assignment? No. You will not say the teacher is a bad person because he's trying to put you on the right track. He's trying to correct you. He's trying to bring back your discipline and bring back your sense of and bring back your sense and know that okay, when you have something to do, you just have to do it. He love you because if he didn't love you, just leave you, make your life just spoil they go. The only person will love you go correct you when your life is spoil, regardless of how they do the correction, even though the correction is bad or no matter how you because what is good to you might be bad to another person, and what is bad for another person might be good for another person. So that is why God is not good or bad. God is love because He loves us. He loves us all. He wants what is best for us all. There's nothing, there's nothing that like this one. No, this one is underdeveloped. This one is developed. That is how God sees us. This one is on his way to development. This one is developed. This one is enlightened. This one is not enlightened. So you have to it doesn't categorize good and bad. God doesn't give a fuck about good or bad. God just give a fuck about us moving forward, us growing, us evolving. So when you hear this statement of um God do this, God do this, God no, you have to understand. Even your parents do flog you, your parents do correct you. That doesn't mean they didn't love you. They love you. They want what is best. That doesn't make them bad person. So if God is a ration, the words were the people who are living in the world were behaving certain kind, and they have to reset the world with flood. That doesn't make him bad. That is him trying to bring correction to what has already gone on disorder. He's trying to bring order on chaos. So we have to have this sense of reason and understand that God is love and we all live inside of God. We are a little piece of God. As I did like this, I'm one piece of God. As you did like this, be one piece of, as this from the video mean one piece of God. As this one day, now one piece of God. As everything you are saying here is God. We are inside of God. We are living. So God is not separate from us. God is within us. That is why you will never and can never see God. If you have to see God, you have to step out of inside of here. You have to step. That means you have to exist outside of God, which is very impossible. That is why over the years of history, it's very difficult to come across and say this is what God looks like, this is God. You never see the image of God. And that is why the house of God during the ancient time we build the temples empty. We build the temple empty. There is nothing in the temple, just an empty hall. That represents then empty hall. Then when we come to worship, we gather inside the empty hall. When we gather inside the altar, it's just like being in the presence of God again. It's just like being inside of God, the way we are inside of God. They all represent God because God is like a vacant space holding everything. So we are what is filling this vacancy. That's why they say God is nothing and everything. Because He's nothing, but He's everything because He holds everything. Everything lives inside of Him. So He's nothing, but He's everything. At the same time, because you cannot. So that is why most times, how do God speak to you? God speaks to you through signs, your emotion, through feelings. It might just be idea flying to you. And next thing I will discuss about next time I will discuss again. I will discuss about thoughts. It just come to me how thoughts are flowing. How you are not the person that is thinking, rather the receiver of thought. You are not the thought pass like this. A thought is moving millions. So it just be like radio of channel where be say, sorry, sorry. It just be like radio of channel whereby there is different frequency, different. You have to tune in. You go dey tune am. The one you tune in, you listen to. The one you skip, you don't listen to. So a lot of thoughts will be coming into your mind. You are the person that will decide what to choose. What so when you choose a bad thought and act towards the bad thought, are you saying that is your so but this is not the topic for that. This conversation is about is God good or bad? So God is neither good or bad. God is love. So love doesn't know good or bad. Love is blind. That's why they say love is blind. Love is unconditional. And love is not a physical feeling. Love is not something you feel. Love is something you are. You can't feel love. You forget all this one we be say that they talk say get into a relationship because of love. Because see, the reason why we are attracted to each other is because we have a piece of God, and this piece of God is love, and that love is what drags us towards that person, not actually the person. Then once this love drag us, then we'll now begin to look at characteristic. Okay, what does this person have? What is this? What is this? Does this person does this? Does this person have this? Does this person is this person match up to me? So in the right sense, that's why most times you see love. Love is never something to be taught. It's something we are. Nobody will ever teach you. That's why if person tell me I don't know how to love, I know they mind you because I don't say when you see person where you go love. When you see person where you go love her. So love is what you are. Nobody teach you how to love. Nobody. Love that's why they say love can turn a beast. Love can change a beast. Love can change a beast because God is love. So with love you can with love you can gain anything. With love you make everything possible. And my knowledge has come because my knowledge, if I have 100%, it was acquired because of love. Because of love. I'll just if someone say what is the secret of your knowledge, I'll just tell you love is the secret of my knowledge. So God is love. That is why love covers everything. Love doesn't care about your good. Love will make excuses for you. Love will try to defend you even when you are wrong. So that is why today you see people trying to defend God. You see people trying to say, God is see, I'm not here to defend God. I fight him more than anybody else do. I'm here to say what is right and what is true. Taking out so let's take away emotions and take away sentiment and reason deeply and think properly. How see there are sacrifices you make in life, and I don't know the explanation I want to give. And you have to, and these sacrifices are like a father. When your child have grown to a certain stage, you have to step away from his life and and give him the opportunity to carry responsibility by himself so he can learn through life and adapt through life without your guidance because you will not always be there for him. If you're always there for him, it becomes controlling. It becomes your child no longer have a life of his own. He's living your own life because you are telling him everything to do. You are kind of guide. No, that is there is stages of life. That is where once upon a time in the history of woman, there were time where gods live with woman. These are our days of devolution. That is the days whereby our parents live with us. Like the days of it represent the days of our parents live with us. Then the days where the gods are no longer. That is why today, if you they worship, you go they, it's very hard to see all those kind of story we hear about the gods, all these things. Maybe all these doors, this one disappeared. It's very hard because they are no longer have left. This is now time for us to figure things our own by ourselves. This is our adult stage in life, just like how we are. And the one thing I want to tell you again, if you're looking for the secret of light, the secret of universe, the secret of God, the secret lives in our experience. It lives down to your family, to your experience as a child, down to your experience to today. Go back. Look the dynamic between your parents, the dynamic between your friends, the dynamic of society, the dynamic of everything. Look at them, you see the look at human experience. Any question you want about God, look at how it correlates with human experience. How it match human experience because I swear when I was searching for the truth, it just came to me and just tell me, look at all you experience in life and the truth lives there. And when I go there, behold and beyond, what I found flabbergasted me to the point that I was fighting God because this time I was fighting God. Why you suffering? Why does woman have to suffer? Why does woman want to feel pain? Why does I was upset? I would say you are all powerful. You know, you get power to do these things. Why? Come on, I don't give if you want to dissolve me back because I already know what God is. I tell me if you want to dissolve me back to become one with you, dissolve me. I don't give a fuck. But so when that thing came to me and I saw it, sometimes I want to fight. I want to argue like I want to follow all these people that disconstruct Christianity. I follow them most time. But when I follow them and argue finish and maybe be on that side, I will end up on that side and be like, I'll not understand this. Is why I see they argue about time. So that's why I say you have to remove sentiment and whatever. And when you are looking towards these situations, you have to put your logic and reasoning. You have to come to a conclusion. That is why philosophers haven't gotten anywhere. They just keep debating. They haven't say this is the truth. Everybody have different opinion. And that age is coming to an end. We are here to pinpoint the truth, to stand on the truth, and to say this is his truth. So the truth is God is neither good nor bad. God is love. So if you say why did God allow suffering this to go on, you have to understand that even though your parents have the capability to help you out of a situation, they'll still allow you to go through it so you can learn from them and be able to walk through life without them. If your parents have to do every single thing for you, have to shield you away from every suffering and everything, you will never learn in life. You never. That's why if you see all those children, and this shows in human experience. If you look at those children, you say their papa they pay, their papa they tried. Look at their life turn out. Their life turn out almost 90% miserable. Look how the people that their parents allow them to figure out to do the things that by themselves. Look how their life are. So you have to realize God is trying to give us a good parenting. A good parenting. That is what He's trying to give us. And the good parenting is allowing your child to handle situations and responsibilities by themselves. And we humans have been denying this and be denying this opportunity to handle responsibility by ourselves. To handle things we end up blaming devil, blaming my fellow humans in situation whereby we are in control. We are supposed to look at these situations and be like, no, I have to do better. I have to take accountability and responsibility of this action because it is mine. But instead, that's why I mentioned about these things. I talk about thought. Thought flows. You are not the thinker. You are the observer of the thought. Thought flows you pick. You say the devil made me to do that, but you have the thought and you have the option to abandon the thought and you walk towards it and you blame the devil. So you see, we are looking for so now when we so after we have fought the devil and we realize the devil not don't exist, instead of going back to responsibility, we start fighting God. That is where all these constructing people, majority of them lies in. They are fighting God instead of looking for the truth. Because if you are looking for the truth, with me, I fight God. Yes, consistent war again, did this. But I was open to understanding and wisdom. And what as a child, what I've always begged for God, I've always prayed anytime I have three prayer points. God grant me wisdom, bless my desire, grant my desires, and give me understanding. And I would say those prayer points really work because guy, The wisdoms and understanding I have at this stage of my life, I don't think it's something that can be acquired under a year, or it's something that you have to be born and from childhood start training towards. But that doesn't mean that it's too late to acquire wisdom and understanding. It's still, you have to start learning how to understand and how to see the wisdom that lives in everything. So, in conclusion, God is not that good, not bad. God is all loving. God is love. God is just like your parents. God will not take pain and suffering from you away because your dad, as you did as an adult, in every situation they rot it, and every situation that they happy. So why want you to put everything on God? I want God to do for you everything where you have gave your hand, gave you air. If God see, do you know what it takes to hold everything within you? Have you ever hold the emotion of the world in your heart? Try and hold it. For the past 3 years right now, like they say the wisest people live the most miserable life. I won't say that it's miserable, but I've hold the emotions of the world for so long that I have begin to understand it and become one with it. It just feel like the world is me and I'm the world, which is absolutely true. So the point is, people have to also realize that God is trying. He's holding everything. Because if God take a day off break, everything collapse. We all will no longer exist. Once God just do everything, we just be like computer. We just be like it's no computer. We just be like people with the inside computer where they plug in. If God just say okay, I don't come on the switch, everything we would experience, everything we would enjoy, it go like it will be like nothing ever exists. Like you don't see where they take light as immediately everything take off. You don't even give sign. You don't like they even bring light before for this place. That is like so. Let's be grateful and thankful to God, regardless of how we misunderstand Him. People have, and I know that's why I understand God is so because people have misunderstand me even when I know what I'm doing, and they'll be like, I'm the only me. They so at that point, that thing gave me a clue to the point where be saying I begin to understand God because that's why I say that whatever you are, if you want to know any truth, go to your experience, it lives there. You are the truth. You are the living truth. You don't need them to go and find the truth anywhere. You are the living truth. Look at your life, you see the truth. The truth lives in your life. Look everything happening around human being. Analyze them. See God. God is our heavenly father. We are his children. We have earthly father and we are their children. And there is this quote, your children is from you and not of you. That is why in the ancient days when you give birth to child, they intend to it's kind of intend to be a community child whereby everybody have to get involved in bringing up the child, taking care of the child, correcting the child, making if they don't just see the child and do something bad and just remove their eye. Because they know that one person's child is everybody's child. Because they understand even though the child is from you, it's not of you. It's for everybody. So you have to understand, God will never take away your suffering sooner, your pain sooner. Nothing is changing. We just get better during the day. So you have to take responsibility, and the more you take responsibilities and stop blaming and stop saying this, that God have given you everything. To the point at this point, for the point I've encountered spiritual power in the sense that the kind of spirituality, this calisthenics, you can do calisthenics, you can do a lot of spiritual that I can just do on camera and impress you or but I didn't chase after it. That what I want use am do if I dey use my hand dey with I still have the desire but I won't be doing it just I will if I even indulge in the knowledge it's not for me I didn't even see the time I didn't even want to indulge because I might not really see it. Wetin I want if I do my hand I move something I be I do I like guy how does it get the word better? So what I'm looking at is what how we get the world better, how we get the world working. Because I've realized that the responsibility is in our hand. God is just watching us to do our best to win in life and come and and reunite with him. Just like as when we have made it in life, we go back home and be like, Dad, I've made it. That is what God is expecting from us. So I hope you go back home and to tell God, I made it, by being the best version of yourself, by working on yourself and taking responsibility. Don't anything that happened to you happen for you and not to you. So don't blame anything, don't blame any situation. Acknowledge it happened and ask yourself, how will I do better? How will I improve? How will I move? Nobody, the fact nobody, all these other people are saying worship. God never asked you for worship. God asked you to live. We worship out of gratitude, to give thanks, to say, okay, thank you. What you have done to what you have given us is more than enough. It's a blessing. So we cannot thank you. We are not ungrateful human being. That is why humans do. But it's not obligation. It's not a job. It's not compulsory. God doesn't need anything from you. The only thing God needs from you is to grow, to be better, to be successful in life, to be the better person, to be the better, to achieve wisdom, understanding, and love. Because that is why we are here. We are here to achieve wisdom, to love one another, to gain wisdom, to gain understanding. Because when we act with love and understanding and wisdom, the world is tend to get better, and we tend to evolve and grow better. We grow, we extend, we extend. Look at how many galaxies we have, how many solars, planet. There's more to explore. There's more to explore to life. There's more we can get from life, but we'll never get it if the world have not understand itself. If the world is still in chaos, all those things our scientists is trying to break through will only happen when we begin we begin to get our ass together and stop living in chaos and start living in peace, love, understanding, and wisdom. Oba, because as written, so without, as above, so below, the master of mind and ether. Have a nice day and be blessed. May the Almighty bless you all and keep you safe as you start your day. Happy as your day have already started, as I'll be as you are in between your day. I hope whatever you put your hand prosper, and whatever you lay your hand becomes a blessing, and wherever you step your foot becomes a place of mark of great impact. A place where people be like, you step on this place. It's a nice foot, and I would like to step that kind of foot, to have that kind of footstep. So yeah, just leave something the world we want to follow. That is just the point. Leave something the world we want. They want something that will empower the world and evolve the world. Namaste. May the all be with you.